This is the dupiest of dupes ever, and we're gonna test it out. I hate these, I already know. Hey babes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week we're doing a little experiment. We're gonna be trialing out a drugstore side and a high-end side of makeup. We're really gonna put it to the test and see what we can come up with. Hopefully they're similar. Let's see if we can find some good dupes. And do you know what? I'm actually really interested to see if any of the high-end makeup is actually better than the drugstore, or whether we're just paying more money for nothing. Let's really put it to the test and let's see how it goes. Before we get into it, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would absolutely love that. It would really help me as a smaller creator to reach more people like you, and then in the future you might also see some of my videos. If we've never met, hi, my name's Victoria, welcome in. I do beauty, fashion and lifestyle stuff. I upload every single Wednesday at 5 PM, so hopefully I'll have you more often if you hit the subscribe button. And let's get into the video. So I've decided that this side is going to be my high-end side, this side is going to be the drugstore side. First, for the high-end side, I'm going to go in with the Milk Makeup primer. This is very grippy, but I really like it because it does make you feel hydrated. I've just done loads of pumps and probably realised I didn't need to do that much because I'm only doing half of my face, but hopefully it will be gripped on after this. This is good, like it is very grippy. Then for the dupe, I wonder if you could guess what it is. We're going in with the e.l.f. gripping primer. Essentially this has like the same concept, but I don't know if it's as hydrating. I feel like the Milk Makeup one is really focused on hydration and grippiness, whereas the e.l.f. I feel like the marketing and the branding is like it's gonna grip your makeup all day, you know what I mean? We're gonna put it to the test. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, I am actually going to do a wear test of this makeup, so by the end of this video you will be able to see if it lasts all day or not. First impressions, they feel the exact same. I can't tell the difference with the stickiness, to be honest. This comparison is definitely going to be the comparison that we come back to later on. Obviously at first we're not really going to be able to tell, so stay tuned to the end to see the results for that one. Also, I have done my brows because I don't really have a high-end brow pencil. I just use the fine brow pen and I really like it. I think it's really good. We're not comparing the brows today, okay? So for the foundation on the high-end side, we are going to go in with the Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. I use the shade Punjab, but I really like this one and I do find it lasts all day. I do think it's a very high-performing foundation. I'm going to do 2 little pumps, and for brushes, I don't really want this to be about brushes, so I'm actually going to use the same brush for both sides, but I'm going to use my ISO Clean and a little towel to clean it off each side, just to make sure they get the same application each side, and then we know we're really talking about the products. So I'm just stumping it in. As you can see, it's got a nice amount of coverage there. It has gone on top of that primer beautifully, so love that. Now for the drugstore side, I feel like you're gonna be a bit surprised, but when I did a review on my NARS foundation previously, I think I did that over on TikTok. If you want to go follow me over there, it's in the description, it always is, as well as my other social handles. Anyway, when I did a review of this on TikTok, I thought it was really similar, so we're gonna properly test that out today. This is the Technic foundation. This Technic foundation, honestly, it's a really nice colour, a really nice finish, and it comes in a glass bottle. This foundation, £4. Honestly, I was shooketh. The only thing I'm a little worried about is it might be a bit of a different shade to the NARS one. There we go, nice clean brush again. Honestly, ISO Clean for this video is literally perfect because it's going to clean my makeup brushes and they're ready to go again in 60 seconds. If you don't have ISO Clean, get to know. So good. Literally perfect. So clean brush. Let's go in and then just do the same, dab it in. Yeah, the shade is a little bit different. Do you know what? I actually think the shade match is better this side. But the NARS one I think is a little bit more yellowy, but I do think they have really similar finishes. I've kind of noted it in my head before, but I'm so excited to actually test it out side by side today. So just zooming you in, this is what I'm currently looking like. Honestly, I think they look the exact same. Like the finish is so close to one another. Let's move on to concealer, and for these two I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty for my expensive high-end side. This is in the shade Royal Icing and it is quite light. Actually, I'm just going to add a tiny bit on my chin there as well. This shade is quite light, but I do really like a bright under eye, so I'm just going to use my lash filter brush to blend that out. I feel like concealer is one of the products where Drugstore has nailed it. Like, Drugstore has really got a good concealer down, you know. So that is the concealed side with Huda Beauty. Then for the Drugstore side, I'm going to go in with H&B Cosmetics. You can actually get this in Boots, but it's really popular on TikTok Shop. on their website as well, you can get it. I don't have a direct shade match, so I'm going to use two different shades. This is 1.5W, so it's a bit more of a yellowy shade. I use this one when I fake tan. I'm just going to add a little bit to those places. Then I'm going in with this shade, which is SF0. This is literally the brightest shade they have, and I'm going to add a tiny dot into the inner corner of my eye just to kind of match the shade of the Huda Beauty. Dry her off. And she's ready to go. I just love Eyes So Clean, honestly. Okay, let's go in with this side. If you haven't heard of the HMB concealer, I would be very surprised, especially if you're in the UK. It genuinely has like changed the game for so many people in concealer. It's so affordable and their shade range is so good. That's one thing I feel like at the drugstore isn't there with like the bigger brands you typically find at drugstore. But HMB honestly offered so many shades. They've also extended the shade range as well. So props to HMB. I think we're looking pretty similar at the minute. What do you think? So this is one thing I don't actually have, is a high-end cream bronzer. I've only got high-end powder. So for high-end, this isn't particularly high-end, but I'm going to use the Jordana Tisha bronzer duo. I'm just going to use the cream side for the high-end, but taking that on a little brush. The reason I'm using this on the high-end side is because it's £19, but you get a cream and a powder in there. So it is probably one of the more expensive bronzers I have that's a cream, but it's like very justified. Do you know what I mean? It's actually really affordable for what you get, but I don't have a more expensive cream bronzer. Honestly, I absolutely love this cream bronzer. I think it is so good. I have decided that my shade is too dark for me because I do love a dark bronzer, but I do think it is a little bit orange. Okay, fine, I'll hold my hands up. Fine. Fine. I do think I need a lighter shade, but it's okay. We're gonna go with the dark vibes today. Honestly, I already know I love this bronzer. Like, it's so good. It's so, oh gosh, it's so worth the money. If you are looking for a new powder and cream bronzer, definitely grab this. I can already tell you that. I love it. Now, this is why I'm nervous. For the drugstore side, I'm gonna go in with the Made by Mitchell blush. I hate these. I already know. Like, hate with a passion, because I just feel like they blend into nothing and literally like it just goes away. It's a bit of like a chalky vibe, but love the shade range. I do love Made by Mitchell and like most of the products, but the blushes, I honestly hand on heart can say I don't know how anyone gets on with these. And that goes for the actual blushes and the blushed bronzers. Bronzers, like, it blows my mind, but they are such good value. So I'm actually going to try my very best today to make this work. Like, we're really going to give it another chance. I mean, it's got tough competition. It's up against the JTC bronzer duo, which is literally my ride or die bronzer, and I think it's one of the best bronzers I've ever used. We're literally going in with the best and the worst product here. Like, it just blends away. To be fair, it's added a bit of colour, I'll give it that. But even here, like, can you see? It's just blended away my foundation. It takes off what's underneath, and I just can't with this product. A blush is something I would love to get on board with, but I just don't see it happening for me. You can even still see the dots where I originally put it. No! This could really let down the drugstore side. I'm looking as equally bronzed on each side. Some would argue too much, but what can we do? I like to be bronzed, okay? Okay, we're looking a little bit patchy on the drugstore side, but hopefully we can bring it back with cream blusher. This next one you're not even ready for. It is the biggest dupe you will ever see. And I've actually not tried either of them, so this is going to be a proper first impressions. I'm just going to show you. I'm too excited. Are you ready? No, stop. Can you even cope? This is the dupiest of dupes ever, and we're gonna test it out. Like, honestly, just look. If I wasn't keeping track, I actually think I'd get mixed up between the two. This one is from Technic and this one is from Milk Makeup. Okay, sorry to hold you in suspense, but I just need to put some lip balm on because my lips are so dry. My absolute fave. Okay, sorry, back to the blush. I know this is suspenseful. I've just done two different swatches and you can see they are ever so slight different colors, very minor, but this one is the Milk Makeup Jelly Cheek Tint and this one is the Technic Jelly Tint. So I'm just gonna dab this straight onto the skin and I'm just gonna use a little P. Louise brush to dab it in, building it up again. I've been so excited to try this, honestly. It feels like cool when you apply it to the skin. Literally feels like jelly. Interestingly, it's blended really nice into my bronzer and my concealer and stuff because it's like a, I guess, like watery, cool consistency. I wasn't sure how it was going to layer on top of other products. If you were doing a natural face, then yeah, it might look nice. But with a full face of makeup, I wasn't sure. But I think that looks really pretty. But now for the moment of truth, let's go in with the Technic dupe. Let's dab her on. Oh my god, that is so much more pigmented. Oh shit. Dab, 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 quick. Someone help. Okay, different formulas. Okay, I was not expecting that. You know, because they're such visual similar dupes, I thought they were going to be a really similar formula, but they're not. The Milk makeup is a lot more subtle, and the Milk makeup isn't as like wet. I feel like the Technic is very wet, which would make sense as to why we put so much on so quickly. The Milk makeup one, I was able to build up a lot more slowly. It was I would say the Milk makeup was more user friendly. The Technic was like bam. I can personally see a difference in the shade as well. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, in that panic I didn't clean my brush. I'm sorry, I didn't clean my brush, but I feel like the effect would have still been the same, you know. Which one do we prefer? I personally prefer the experience of the Milk makeup one, but now I know this is like more wet, I would just use a different technique. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't like put as much on. That was interesting. But the experiment isn't over yet. Like, we're gonna see how they wear through the day. Right, carrying on, we're now going to go onto setting powder. For the high-end side, we're matching the concealer. We're going in with Huda Beauty. Not gonna lie, this powder is my ride or die. I absolutely love it. I do only have the mini version in this particular colour, which is Pound Cake. With my finger, I'm just gonna gently dab away any creases that I have on my eyes, and then I'm just gonna add that underneath. This is honestly so worth the money. Like, it will set your makeup so well. Gives you like a really nice bright flawless under eye. So this one is going to be hard to beat, but the product I'm going to try, well, you'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to add some to the nose and in my T-zone. Tiny bit on the forehead, nothing crazy. So we're looking a little bit more matte that side. Again, I'm going to ISO clean my powder puff. Yes, you can actually use ISO clean on your powder puffs as well. Literally, look how good that is. Oh, now for the dupe, I'm actually really interested in this as well. We're going to go in with the Beauty Crop Vitamin Babe Setting Powder. I've never really compared the two powders before. They've just been kind of like separate powders in my mind. So this is going to be an interesting one. Again, just dabbing away any creases with my finger. I will usually use this one for like work and just kind of casual days, and then I often use the Huda Beauty one when I'm going to like nice events or need my makeup to last all day. So just dabbing that in the same as I did the other side, applying a little bit to the forehead and all around my T-zone. Oh, I can't cope with the patchiness on this side. It was going so well up until the bronzer and blush. But let's continue on. Let's hope we can salvage it. Now we're on to powder products. So we're going to go in with powder bronzer first. For high end, I love this product. She's bougie. She was actually a Christmas present for my boyfriend. I've used her many a time since then, and we're going in with the Hourglass Ambient Lights palette. This is the Lotus Flower palette. Look how gorgeous she is, honestly. Various different shades in here, but I'm going to be using these two as the bronzer. Well, no, actually, I'm just going to be using the lighter shade. I've lost my brush. Oh no, it's here. This ambient lighting palette, I love it. It just feels so luxurious, and it was such a nice present. This powder has got a kind of slight glow to it. Oh my god, I was about to put that on the drugstore side. Oh, imagine. But yeah, as I was saying, this has a very slight glow to it. Just adds a really nice softness to the face. And on top of that, Jordana T-shirt bronzer. Honestly, it's so nice. I've used this combo before. I do love it. So for the drugstore side, we're going to go in with this product. This is the Technic Marble Bronzer. So again, really affordable. But as you can see, it is a marble bronzer, so it has that slight sheen to it. Can you see there? So it actually has a very similar effect to the Hourglass one. So we're going to see if it applies the same and then test it for the wear throughout the day. Oh gosh, I don't know if you can see that patchy bronzer, but it's not got the base to sit on, to be honest. Just gently tapping that on top. Okay, you can definitely see the shimmers a lot more this side than the Hourglass side. This bronzer really has like a solid gold sheen to it. Okay, I'm going to really zoom you into my forehead so you can see. Hello. We're getting very analytical here. But this is the Hourglass side. Can you see it's got a nice like sheen? And then this is the Technic side. So it's still got a nice sheen, but it is definitely more gold, more yellowy, and a bit more chunky. That has definitely elevated that Made by Mitchell bronzer. The bronzer this side is still looking not great. It's still looking a bit rough, but my gosh, it's better for that powder. So thank you, Technic, for that. I do prefer this side of the bronzer, but It's a good dupe. Okay, now I would usually do a powder blush, but I'm not going to today because I feel like the blush is blushing enough, and I really want to test out the actual longevity of the Technique and the Milk Makeup blush. So I'm going to leave it here for that. But next we're going to test setting sprays. Right, I found this little folder. It's a to-do folder, so it's massive. Perfect for this. I can hold it over one side of my face and protect the other side. So high end, we're going with the Charlotte Tilbury, what is this even called? Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Party all day, stay all night. I only have the mini of this because I actually bought it for my mini makeup kit. It's so cute if you haven't seen it. Literally everything in there is mini. Adorable. So I'm just gonna spray a nice amount of that. This folder was so good. That was a good idea from me. Oh, it really does give you a nice glow, that one. But for the drugstore side, I'm going to go in with the Beauty Crop Glow Milk Mist. This is in collaboration with Amelia Olivia. Honestly, this is so affordable, and it's definitely giving the same vibes as the Charlotte Tilbury. They smell kind of similar actually, and the mists are very similar too. What do we think? This is the high end, and then we have the drugstore this side. Let's have a look. The Charlotte Tilbury is definitely glowier, isn't it? But the drugstore side still does look nice. So to finish off the skin, I'm going to go in with the Rodial highlighter. Again, I've got the mini, all right? But usually this retails... There's someone at the door. Hang on. Oh, brilliant. That was a load of folders to actually go inside of this folder. Oh. What a coincidence. I'm trying to get all organised with my finances. Because going self-employed, oh, it's stressful when it comes to all of that. Oh, a bit big. Doesn't really work. Oh, there's me trying to be all organised. Look how big it is. And I've not even got anything in yet. Oh, I might have to send them back. Right, back to the makeup. I was telling you about this Rodial highlighter. Usually full size, this is £38. And I've never actually used this before. I think it's in the shade Champagne Glow. It better make me feel like champagne that's glowing. So I'm just gonna add a couple of dots here. Then I'll maybe just do like 2 above my eyebrow as well. Gonna dab that in, see how we go. Never used this before, like I say, so. Okay, well, she's definitely blinding, but you can see where I've applied it. That's a problem. I'm guessing that's because we've applied it on top of powder. Do you see what I mean? It's literally like dotty. Right, I'm gonna spray a tiny bit more of my setting spray, then go over it with that and like hope it blends out. Oh, that's so much better. Just blend that out a little bit. God, I was worried then. I was really worried. Okay, I fear we just about got away with that. Just. So this one definitely isn't good for over powders. So this one is from Beauty Bay, the By Beauty Bay makeup collection. And this is their highlighter. This one retails for £9. Okay, let's try and blend this out with my clean brush. I'm not going to go in with any setting spray on this side straight away, just to give it a fair test. Yeah, it's done the same thing. Okay, a little bit of setting spray on this side. Just gonna gently dab. Oh no. It's kind of made a tiny little mud pie on my face. Not ideal, it's kind of like separated. I mean, that was defo my technique, to be fair. I was busy doing folders and I should have applied it like first before we did all of that other stuff. It needed like a wet base, you know. I'm just gonna bring it up onto the forehead a little bit. Okay, do you know what? That looks awful. I'm hoping you can see that, but it's not giving. I really had a lot of hope. Do you know what though? This side actually looks really nice now. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, my babes. It's probably been about 2 hours since I last saw you. My camera died. Then I was like, oh, for God's sake, I've got to charge it. I'll charge it for like 30 minutes. Then I just got carried away with work and I was upset about the highlighter, so I didn't want to carry on. But now I'm back. So now it's just gone 1 o'clock. Okay, but I'm determined to finish this video. Like I was like, do I take it off and like apply the same products? But I was just like, oh no, it's not gonna be the same. So I've kept the makeup how it is, but I fully take responsibility of how the highlighter's gone on. I was thinking about it and I usually use the Iconic London highlighter drops and you can literally put them over anything and they literally just blend flawlessly. So I don't know, I kind of just thought the others would be the same. Obviously not. My bad. So the highlighter cheek area just looks a bit fucked now, but it's fine. I'm gonna carry on. I've taken a deep breath. So let's quickly finish. We've only got the eyes and lips to go, but I'm just going to run a little eyeshadow through my crease with the Jordana T-shirt Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. This is the Nude Divinity palette and it is so good. I'm just going to start off with this shade. It is so popular on TikTok and I feel like the shades in here are just so perfect, so that's probably why. I use this all the time, so I already know how blendable and perfect she is. And I'm just going to take a slightly darker one just on the outer corner ever so slightly. Nothing crazy, just something super simple. I'm going to clean off that brush and do the other side. And shock and horror, for the drugstore side, we're going with Technic again. Although this isn't a dupe for Jordana T-shirt, it does have some really similar shades in. Like this one, in comparison to the first shade I used from the Jordana T-shirt Cosmetics palette, is very similar. So again, I'm just going to run that through my crease, build up a little bit of dimension, and then again just taking this darker one. Okay, that second shade is definitely a little bit different. This one is more of like a peanut butter type shade. This one's giving more like maple syrup. Do you know what I mean? Both brownie nudes, but like slightly different. But they both applied beautifully. Then to finish off the eyes, I'm going in with mascara. Okay, so if this is the first video you're watching of mine, you won't know that I really don't care for mascaras. I have one ride or die mascara, which is the Maybelline Lash Sensational in waterproof. Other mascaras are dead to me. I genuinely don't think there's a better mascara than that one. And there might be some higher end ones that perform the same, but for the price point, I'm just gonna buy Maybelline. So Maybelline is my go-to, right? But I thought today we could try out two different ones. We are going with these two. This one is the Kosas mascara. I don't actually know if it has a name. I think it's called the Big Clean. I think this is what it's called, and it has really nice packaging, not gonna lie. It feels so heavy and like really expensive, to be fair. I've never used this before, so we're gonna give that a go. Then for this side, we are going to use the Maybelline Firework mascara. These aren't waterproof, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm not expecting to like either of them, but I thought it'd be fun to test them. Oh, okay, I was not expecting that wand. Can you see how like big and fluffy, but also like curved this wand is? That was a nice surprise. I like these ones. It's really coating my lashes, but like not in a wet way. Oh my god, why do I really like that? I've given you this whole spiel about not liking any mascara apart from one Maybelline one, and that was actually really good. It's like really thickened my lashes. Okay, let's not speak too soon. She might smudge, she might droop in a minute. I do also have a lash lift right now, so that is giving these mascaras a little bit of a boost, I suppose. Then let's try the Firework mascara this side. It's just like a bit wet, and the actual brush is too big but flat. Like there's not much to it. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing really there. Yeah, this formula is definitely a lot more wet, so therefore my lashes are a lot more like straight, whereas this one, my lashes are more like fluffy. Interesting. Right, last things last, lips. I have the most exciting lip combo because I think they're really similar. So starting off with high end, we have the Fenty Beauty lip liner in the shade Peanut Butter. No, sorry, I lie. Rubber Bands is the shade. It's this gorgeous brownie nude colour, and I actually got this from family for my birthday. The formula of this is just so creamy. Then for the drugstore side, this isn't actually from like drugstore. I got it from TikTok shop, but you got a massive pack of these liners and they were so cheap. I think it came with about 12 lip liners and they're actually really good. They have really nice nude colours in there. This is what it looks like in case you did want to have a look. They're also linked on my TikTok shop showcase if you did want to go and have a look. They're definitely not as creamy as the Fenty Beauty ones, but for the price and for the amount you get, I think you can't really go wrong. This one is definitely looking a lot warmer than the Fenty one. Now for lipstick on the high end, we're going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip crayon thing.
Hi, it's me. I'm just editing this video now and I'm looking at all of the prices of things to put like the overlays where it goes ka-ching, you know. I did not realise this is a fucking eyeshadow stick, not a Pillow Talk lipstick crayon. I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. This video has gone so wrong and you're not even at the end. Like, just wait till the end because it gets worse. So yeah, I didn't realise that. I'm so sorry. You're gonna find this next bit hilarious, so let's just lol, grin and bear through it, laugh together. Thanks for watching up until this point, and sorry this video is so bad. Love you, bye.
I don't really know what this is, but I tried it once and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it, but let's give it another whirl. It is creamy, to be fair, but it's just like shimmery.
Yes, you idiot, because I'm meant to go on your eyeballs.
Like, Can you see how shimmery it is? Like, it's giving metallic. I don't know, I don't like the finish. I'm not a massive fan of that, which is a shame because I feel like the actual Pillow Talk lipstick I would like. But for Drugstore, I'm going in with the Be Perfect Lip Library lipstick. And this is one of my favourite lipsticks ever. This is in the shade Soulmate. Honestly, just wait till you see it on. I mean, this side is very much giving metallic, but can you see how gorgeous that nude is? I honestly love this lipstick, and I love the formula of them as well. And look, they're magnetic. So satisfying. So I love this, and they're really affordable. You can get them off TikTok Shop or Be Perfect website. And lastly, to finish off, I'm so excited for these glosses. For the high end, we're going for this Armani lip gloss. It has the most gorgeous pearlescent finish to it, and it's a really nice light pink shade. I'm hoping this is gonna make that Pillow Talk lip crayon look a bit more normal. Okay, yeah, I feel like that's looking nice now. Then for the Drugstore side, you're not actually ready for this dupe. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in 002 or Ice. Can you see it still has that like iridescence and that baby pink finish? I feel like this is such a good dupe. I'm just gonna apply that. This one tastes really nice as well. It's like got that kind of sweet taste. Okay, so I said the lips were gonna look really similar. They actually don't. They do look different because of that Pillow Talk lip thing.
You mean shimmery eyeshadow stick, babes?
This side is a lot more like nudie brown. This side is a lot more shimmery and pink. Okay, this was my attempt at a half and half makeup look. I'll be honest, I do feel like I failed. Just like the finish of each side is so different, and then the lip combo is absolutely throwing me. But I'm gonna keep my promise. I'm gonna wear it for a couple more hours most of the day, and we're gonna see what happens. So this is what we're looking like. I'm gonna go about my day and check in with you in a few hours. Hello, my loves. It is now 20 to 9. I am very, very tired. I'm literally just about to jump in the shower, and I thought, oh, I need to finish my YouTube video. Not gonna lie, I should have done this video with makeup products that I've already used. It was like a first impressions video and a high-end versus drugstore makeup video all in one, and it was too much because the products I hadn't used before then affected the other products that I had used because I didn't apply them correctly because I never used them before. So I actually think I'm going to do this video again maybe next month, and I'm going to redo it because I've learned a lot from the video. This video wasn't good. If there are any creators watching this, then learn from my mistakes, but I'm still going to upload it because I don't have time to film another video that's actually good. And we live and we learn, right? Like, this is the honest truth. It didn't go very well. That's okay. But yeah, like, my makeup looks atrocious. I'm just going to be honest. I will say the high-end side looks so much better. So this is the high-end side. I will say the highlighter situation is definitely the worst thing on this side. I've kind of got like a little patch here where my foundation has come off. That's just from eating, like I've had meals since I last saw you. But like the concealer, the foundation, bronzer, blusher, even the bronzer on my forehead, like it does look nice. It is a hell of a lot better than the drugstore side. I really wanted to be able to end this video and say, yay, you don't need to spend money on high-end products, but that's just not the case for this. But I will hold my hands up and say the highlighter situation, that was my bad. My bad. And I shouldn't have used brand new blushes because I didn't know how to use them properly. But it was fun to try them side by side anyway. I have to say I do prefer the Milk makeup. I think it's lasted longer and I think it's more blended. But then the Technic one had the disadvantage of that patchy highlighter on top of the powder. I'm just going to show you everything in all its glory. Honestly, like the patchy bronzer and the highlighter is kind of hurting my soul. And obviously the lip combo came off because I've been eating. I cannot wait to get this makeup off, honestly. But yes, those are my thoughts and feelings. I hope this video has been a little bit entertaining in some way, shape or form. But next week I'm going to be back with a vlog, and it's actually so exciting. I can't wait for you to see. We're having a big physical change. So hopefully I haven't scared you off, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye babes.